like interest rates. Payday Friday, margin max, no section 8. Payday Friday, liquidity drowning these featherweights. Payday Friday, scalp guys bless me. Payday Friday, bitch I front run destiny. Payday Friday, running red lights on equity. Payday Friday, big payday for that. High risk habits, I've been trading like a meth head. Stems in the veins, 5 tabs in the deathbed. Limit orders layer like lasagna with the bread spread. Broker calling twice, think I overdosed the thread spread. Bleeding red till I black out the gain line. Jaw down looking like a barcode gang sign. Flag form ripping like a goddamn hate crime. I shorted your dreams while I snorted a dateline. Screens blue lit, water cash go green. My feel hit quick like a morphine dream. I'm a perma damn bull with a bear mask on. Just a sneak in the cave, blow the hinges gone. I don't average down, I just double the trauma. Bit so deep, I got beef with Obama. Clicking that mouse like I'm setting off drones. My feels like I'm trading with clones and they all psycho. Payday Friday, scalp gods bless me. Payday Friday, bitch I front run destiny. Payday Friday, running red lights on equity. Payday Friday, burn it all, no empathy. I don't do charts, I hallucinate levels. I whisper the candles and summon the devils. Cash app glitching, my calls got a tremor. These Greeks so freaky, they calling me mentor. Delta on steroids, IV abusive. Bit so intrusive, it's probably intrusive. I slap at resistance like X's in court. Then load up the push just to finish the sport. Mortal Kombat bell ring. Injecting liquidity straight through the nose. I'm buying at opens with eyes fully closed. These candle wicks long like a corporate lion. I'm swinging from highs like I'm born to die. Leverage. News drop, I'm already long. My broker got trauma from feeling me wrong. 10 tabs open like a psycho's dream. And my PEL chart like a Ponzi scheme. But it's real though. Payday Friday, where the fuck's my bonus? Payday Friday, they sissy can't even know it. Payday Friday, blew a bag on puts and blowfish. Payday Friday, stoned in a range, emotionless. I don't trade safe, I trade like I got priors. I'm banned in 6 states and 3 damn wires. My stop loss, nah, that's pussy behavior. I let the red drip till I turn to a savior. Y'all want lessons, go watch Bloomberg. I want exits that make interns squirm. I want prints that make market makers pray. I want chaos coded in candle play. Payday Friday. Payday Friday. Payday Friday.
Oh, brother, oh, brother, oh, brother. Good morning, Vietnam. Folks, it appears that the President of the United States is crashing out. I don't know if you guys have been following the news, and I don't know what's going on with my hair, and honestly, I don't know what bigger news would be this morning. Yeah, President's crashing out. President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, saying, I did not send doodles to Jeffrey Epstein. Wall Street Journal is saying, yeah, we literally have them right here. We have them, and we're going to report on it because this is pretty fucking weird, especially given your recent behavior of saying, it doesn't matter, it's all a hoax, it's all made up, blah, 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 blah. So that's crazy. So a normal Friday. Yeah, pretty much. This whole situation is absolutely insane. So, of course, we're going to be getting into that. We're going to talk a little bit about some of the recent breaking news. And then also we have some chit chats about just like the market and the setup really going into the day. Because remember, today's not just a normal Friday. Yes, it is a payday Friday, but it's an OPEX Payday Friday. So really functionally how the market's been trading over the past couple weeks is going to be different really starting next week. But hopefully we get some continuation. Obviously, I can't make any promises in one direction or the other. But what I can tell you is there are very, very high statistical odds of hitting a brand new all-time high today. So we talked about it yesterday. I know that's an easy thing to say right now. I get that it's an easy thing to say right now because if the market were to open at this exact moment, yes, we would be at a new all-time high. But please, folks, give me a little bit of a bone here. I said that yesterday. I said it in the update video. So at this point, is that an easy prediction? It is an easy prediction, but I've also been calling out since yesterday in the update video, midday in the Discord, like it's coming together nicely. The plan is coming together nicely. So we're going to be chit-chatting about that. Obviously, it is a Payday Friday, so pinned to the top of chat in the description of the video. Don't forget to sign up for the giveaway. We're going to give away $150 of cold hard cash, cash-a-rooney. And then we're also going to be giving away some accounts over there at Vanquish for some SINDA-funded trading for the options world. So we're going to do some of those trades today. We're going to give away some of those accounts today. We're going to give away some cold hard cash. 5 competitors, as we always do. 1 from Rumble, 1 from YouTube, 3 from locals. The Rumble and the YouTube people will be selected in real time. But if you want to sign up right now for locals, you definitely can. Pinned to the top of chat in the description of the video. So we have some hot political drama to go over. We have some other political drama related to monetary policy. Actually, we also have some tariff drama. Lots of drama this morning. And then we are going to keep the party going with crypto drama. And then we're going to keep it going with equity drama. And then by that point, the market should be opening. And hopefully we'll be able to get into the world of, did Matt properly code his bots? I was working on it last night. I was working on it this morning. And I have to admit, I think I might have cracked the egg on this one. You know, I think I might have cracked the egg. I think with all my might that I think it should be working as expected. So we're going to find that out to see if Skynet is going to be on my side today, or if we're going to be, I don't know, if we're going to end the week on a more of a sad note. But hey, only time will tell. If you haven't already, it would very, very much help me out if you guys all hit that like button. There's about 500 of you here early this morning. So if you guys want, create about 2 to 3 extra accounts. So that should be about 2,000 likes. So I think if everyone very quickly creates, 3 accounts, you all log in, watch them from your different computers, like and engage from all of them, that would that's kind of like the base assumption of what you guys are going to be doing. So I appreciate you guys doing that. That's so incredibly kind that anyone would do that. Thank you. With that being said, let's get rocking with it today. Stock futures rise after S&P 500 sets new record. Wall Street heads for a winning week. Yes, pre-market trading, we're pumping even more right now. SPY, if we open up here, that's a new all-time high. Qs, if we open up here, that's a new all-time high. I want to talk a little bit about Bitcoin, which had a nice push last night, unfortunately not holding at the exact moment. And then I also want to get into Netflix, which even though it destroyed on earnings, the market had higher anticipations, I guess, but it beat on top and bottom lines, had good guidance, really good stuff to be said. But thus far, the market is not being convinced. All right. Jeffrey Epstein's friend sent him bawdy letters for a 50th birthday album. One was from Donald Trump. Now, when this is all happening, you could expect that, Trump's going to be crashing out. The Wall Street Journal printed a fake letter, supposedly to Epstein. These are not my words, not the way I talk. Also, I don't draw pictures. I told Murdoch it was a scam, that he shouldn't print the fake story, but he did. And now I'm going to sue his ass off. Imagine getting sued so hard your ass literally falls off. That would be quite the development. And that his third-rate newspaper. Thank you for your attention on this matter. My question to you guys, especially over there on the Rumble thing. So right here, this is from the president, that it's a fake story. This is not his. It's a fake letter. He's saying it. He capitalized it. In the coming days, in the coming weeks, if this is proven to not be fake, to the hardcore Trump supporters in chat right now, are you going to care? Or are you going to come up with like another, I don't know, piece of reasoning of why it's fine that we're continually being lied to? Matt, why are you wasting your time on this fake story drop to try to stop the bill Congress just passed and Trump is signing regarding stable coins? How do you know it's fake? Wait. Are you that much of a sycophant that just because he tells you it's fake, you're like, yeah, it's fake? Interesting. You guys really do. You just bought it. You're like, out of the entire history of politicians lying to us, this is now the time where you're like, no, I'm pretty sure. There's no way you could be sure. I guarantee you guys in chat, you do not have any of the measurable evidence to be making these assumptions. You're literally just going off the fact that he told you it's fake. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. I think it's insane for people to come up with these political opinions just based. Oh, no, he said it's fake. He did. It's fake, guys. It's fake. I don't know. He said it's fake. I guess it just must be fake. I gotta believe it now. Dude, that's insane. I mean, the mature response is no, we're gonna wait for information to come out. That's what an adult would do in this situation. An actual adult would say, hey, crazy story, trust but verify. Let's wait for the evidence to come out. That's what an adult would do here. But the fact that we have people who are so definitively confident it's fake, and we have people who are so definitively confident that it's real, that's insane. Unless, surprise, surprise, someone in here happens to be a journalist at the Wall Street Journal, and either you can like, hey man, I saw the letter, I like with my own eyeballs, or if for some reason you're at the Wall Street Journal and you're like, no, I know we're lying about it. But unless you guys don't fit that category, the fact that people are so confident in one way or another is insane. Your severe Trump derangement syndrome is showing again. How is this Trump derangement syndrome? By saying you should have measurable evidence before making an opinion? Dude, Turf Dog, I get it. Like, you're a bit fucking retarded, but it's really showing. I would say your Trump cock-sucking syndrome is really showing early this morning. Dude, the fact that people are so beholden to the political party that they voted for, honestly, it's this extremist views. You guys are ruining America. You're the reason politics are so shitty. If you are a hardcore supporter in either way and you can't see the faults of your own candidate, you are the reason politics are fucked up. You are the reason our country has turned into such a polarized, like, fucking hellscape, is because you're so confident you are right with no information. You guys, the sycophant nature, whether you're an extreme Republican, an extreme Democrat, the extreme nature, you all suck. That sucks. You're just, no, I'm right. You sound like right now in this particular case, you sound like all these MAGA influencers who are like, no, dude, the big guy said to stop talking about it, so I'm not gonna do it anymore. Like, dude, fucking be your own person. I thought you guys were like adults. Like, develop your own opinion. That's so crazy that this dude who you've never ever met, he honestly doesn't give a shit about you, and this honestly could be applied to really any politician. They've never met you. They don't give a fuck about you. They're trying to get more power. They're trying to get more money. And the fact that you think they're on your side, they're on, oh, no, he cares about me. He wouldn't lie to me. Like, you guys are actually fucking children. Actually fucking children. The fact that you guys continually fall for this time and time again, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. The dude's crashing out. Just admit it. You might like him. You might be like, hey man, I still align more with him than the other options. But for you to be like, this is fine, like, fucking get your head screwed on right. If there was a smoking gun and Epstein, why didn't the Dems, who controlled the files for 4 years and had Garland and Comey in charge, use it? Because they had nothing. Bro, he's the guy who ran off of it. This guy literally ran off of releasing it. And then all you sycophants now are like, no, it's fine. We don't need it anymore. Even though you promised that you would give it to us. Even though you promised it. It's a lie. It's completely a lie. Jesus, you guys are children. Anyway, it's actually fucking wild what is being reported. I should be saying that this is all alleged. And as you guys saw, Trump is basically saying he's going to sue him. Will he actually sue him? We're going to find out. In an interview with the Journal on Tuesday evening, Trump denied writing the letter or drawing the picture. This is not me. This is a fake thing. It's a fake Wall Street Journal story. I never wrote a picture in... Really? I mean, like, what's crazy about this is, like, CoffeeZilla did a really good video on it, and he proved that, yeah, he does do. In fact, he does like doodles for like charity or some shit. So anyway, he does actually. I never wrote a picture in my life. I don't draw pictures of women. He said, it's not my language. It's not my words. He told the Journal he was preparing to file a lawsuit if it published an article. I'm going to sue the Wall Street Journal just like I sued everyone else. So I should, to be fair and balanced to the story, he is completely denying it. He's saying he's going to sue the Wall Street Journal. I have a sneaky suspicion the fact that they published it means that they have actually the evidence, but hey, whatever. We're going to see how the lawsuit plays out. It isn't clear how the letter with Trump's signature was prepared. Inside the outline of a naked woman with a typewritten note styled as an imaginary conversation between Trump and Epstein, written in the third person. This is really weird. This is like a really, really weird thing, if true. It feels like I'm the only adult here saying it might be true, it might not be true. We have half the people saying it definitively is, half the people saying it definitively isn't. The point is how do any of us know? Like, were you there? Did you guys write it? Jesus. Donald, yes, there is, but I won't tell you what it is, Jeffrey, nor will I, since I also know what it is, Donald. We have certain things in common, Jeffrey. Jeffrey, yes, we do. Come to think of it. Donald, enigmas never age. Have you noticed that? Jeffrey, as a matter of fact, it was clear to me the last time I saw you. Donald, a pal is a wonderful thing. Happy birthday, and may every day be another wonderful secret. If this is real, that's pretty fucking weird. If it is fake, the Wall Street Journal deserves to get sued to kingdom come, folks. It is that obvious of a situation. If real, president, very, very creepy. And it would also explain why he's been acting so incredibly strange about the whole Epstein story recently. If it isn't real, and for some reason, even though he campaigned off of Epstein, this, that, the other thing, yada, 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 and it's just a fake story, whatever, I guess that's a political play. Not that I necessarily agree with it. But for them to print this, that also then means that the Wall Street Journal should be in a lot of trouble. It's one of those two things, and to be in either camp without the evidence, it blows my mind. And I actually think this has a clear connection to us here in the world of trading, because it's the same thing. Why do people get so fired up and they're so confident about a specific thing with no information? Folks, this is as simple as get the measurable data. Get the empirical inputs that you can actually make a base decision on, and then go from there. The fact that people are jumping so far ahead with this particular story, this like the letter one, I'm not talking about the larger Epstein, but the particular letter, I guess, saga, the letter narrative, if you will. We see that time and time again in the world of retail trading, of without actual viable like input and data, people come up with these conjectures and they're like, yeah, no, I'm just like right, and I just know it because like someone on the internet told me that this is how it is. It's the exact same mindset. So I think this actually ties together to like what we really do here day in and day out, way more than you could ever anticipate. Crazy stuff. And obviously when it rains, it pours. Like Trump's just on the downswing right now. Trump seeks release of grand jury documents in the Epstein case. So this was his like rebuttal that he's going to go to the judge and say, okay, can we get some of these documents out? Trump AG Bondi to seek release of Jeffrey Epstein case grand jury transcripts. President Donald Trump said he asked Attorney General Pam Bondi to seek the release grand jury testimony related to the criminal prosecution of notorious pedophile Epstein. Trump has tried without success so far to force his political base to abandon conspiracy theories about Epstein and a rumored client list. I actually would contest that there is no larger divide in the quote unquote MAGA base than one being produced by this story. You have a bunch of people saying, hey man, we draw the line and we want to know if there's actually like horrific people in positions of power. And then we have another group of people saying, nope, we were told by you that everything's good, so we're just gonna like move on with our life. Kind of crazy. Trump's announcement came hours after the Wall Street Journal reported that a body letter bearing Trump's signature was included in an album of letters Epstein received for his 50th birthday. So feels like this is not going to be going away anytime soon. And it feels like really Trump just didn't get the ultimate lesson of the internet, that when you push back against something and just try to like a toddler scream and yell that it's not real, that just gets everyone on the internet then to say, oh yeah, no, that must be real then. So internet 101, I guess, not taught at the Trump administration camp. There are other various large, impactful things going on in the world of Trump. Specifically right now, we're still in a trade war. Don't forget about that. How the EU is preparing to reach a tariff deal in Trump's game of chicken. So the game of chicken, maybe is going to be coming to an end in early August. That's the current deadline. Or maybe the can gets kicked down the road and that becomes a game, an aspect of the game of chicken. But right now, August 1st is the deadline, but this has been moved multiple times. Trump has proposed a 30% tariff on goods from the EU. That would be a very big deal because remember, they are our largest trading partner, specifically Germany, and actually, to my surprise, specifically in the world of pharmaceuticals. So the Polish Undersecretary of State at the Ministry of Economic Development and Technology, that's a long title, said the EU is working on a 4-part strategy, so we might be hearing from that soon. So that's one other piece of drama that Trump's in. Don't forget, there's a third one with the Fed. Waller says Fed should cut rates now with labor market on edge. So the Fed is going to be making a decision on July 30th, but also right now, the hot drama in that world is actually like, is Powell going to get fired or not? So to my understanding, and I'm no lawyer, it would be very difficult from a legal perspective for Trump to be able to fire Powell. And the most compelling argument I've heard is even if he could, it would get caught up in the legal system for so long that he would be at the end of his tenure anyway. So the chance of really him kicking him out, pretty freaking low. But that doesn't mean that Powell can't resign. There could be pressure put in other particular ways where he's like, you know what, I'm just done. As of right now, earlier this week and the market started to drop when everyone and their brother was reporting that Powell's going to get fired. Surprise, surprise. Turns out these politicians were lying again. The fact that people fall for this time and time again. No, it was reported and Trump probably saw that the market was crashing on it, as in the market wants Powell to still be there. And then he's like, no, I'm not going to do that. And then the market bounced right back up. It was pretty obvious. But what's interesting is from an FOMC, the people who get to vote, we are starting to see a little bit of different camps form of when should we cut rates? How big should they be? Before this, they were all pretty unanimous in their voting and their decisions and their commentary. And now it does seem as if it's switching up a little bit. With that being said, the cold hard numbers are right here. 95% chance at the July 30th meeting that we stay at 4.25%. We're currently at 4.25%. Once again, 95% chance that we stay at 4.25%. If we fast forward to the September meeting, then that's when it becomes about a 60% chance that we get some form of a rate cut and a 40% chance that we stay. And then by the time we get to October, it becomes only a 20% chance that we stay at 4.25%. So as of right now, most likely not getting a rate cut, as in it would be very statistically rare based on the current setup to get a rate cut in the July meeting. But then by the time we get to the September meeting, that's where it becomes like actually possible. So something to pay attention to there. Right now, there's still a lot of legal stuff, political stuff going on in the world of crypto. Crypto market value tops $4 trillion as stable coin bill passes. The Genius Act bill did pass the House yesterday. And for a brief moment, the cryptosphere was worth more than $4 trillion. Currently, we're coming in at 3.9, with Bitcoin trading at 119, worth about 2.3 trillion of that. Year to date, Bitcoin is up 85, but as you could see, XRP, to my legitimate surprise, is up 453% this year. That is crazy. That's absolutely insane. If you got a piece of it, massive congrats to you. XLM's up 336, Cardano is up 94, ETH up only 7, Solana 15, Doge is up 101, HBAR 261, like there's actually quite a few in here that the percentage returns are actually really impressive. We are officially in earnings season. Obviously, next week and the week after that are when we get some of the high-flying tech names, so definitely pay attention. Though, really to kick off the big tech sphere was Netflix yesterday, and Netflix post-earnings beat as revenue grows 16% in a quarter. They beat on top line. They beat on bottom line. They beat on all forecasts, or at least tied it. And with all that being said, beating across the board, Netflix is actually down 2.7% in pre-market trading. So I'll be paying attention to it. I'm ideally hopeful for, I don't know, like maybe like a crazy reversal. I don't know. I know the odds of it are low. Like I'm trying to be hopeful. I'm trying to be optimistic about it. But the fact that their numbers were so good and the market's like, nah, man, we expected higher, but it beat across the board. It was crushing it. And I guess the market just didn't like the numbers as much as I thought they'd like the numbers. So this is kind of getting us going. The next 2 to 3 weeks are going to be really, really heavy with earnings, and then it's going to taper off a little bit. If you haven't already, sign up for the newsletter, mattkohrs.locals.com. It is in the description of the video. This will come to your email inbox every single Sunday. It's 100% free. It's always been free, always will be free. I break down what's going on in the market, a cheat sheet for the earnings, a cheat sheet for the major macroeconomic events. I do want to let you know at 10 a.m. today, we are getting that consumer sentiment report. And then probably most useful is I give you the seasonality of each day. And dingity, ding, 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 the seasonality of today is bullish. Over the past 27 years, the bulls have won this day 70% of the time with a nice profit factor of 1.69 and a pretty healthy looking equity curve. This equity curve is the hypothetical results you would have if you bought at open, sold at close on the S&P 500 futures market. For the first decade, didn't really do anything. And then now for the past like 15 to 17 years, a nice upswing. So is this the end all be all? No, I'm telling you right here, 70% chance. That's not 100% chance. But when I pair this together with the fact that going into close yesterday, the large players were just buying, okay, that makes me a little bit more optimistic. And then I look at some of the flow. Yeah, SPY pretty strong until we had power hour profit taking. Looking at the Mag 7, pretty strong. Once again, a little bit of half power hour profit taking. I feel like the setup is good. The question is just like, how good is it going to be? And really, what time is it? Okay, I still have 5 minutes. Sorry. It's all going to come down to the fact that today is OPEX. You can see how the gamma map kind of jumps, and the difference between basically market open and what you see to the right of my cursor is, yes, this is a big OPEX day. So basically the whole structure of the options market is going to have a severe change at 9:30. And then obviously we're going to see the new development. So going into this OPEX, we had a lot of supportive gamma. There was a lot of positive gamma beneath. We also saw some negative gamma on top. There were clear bullish bets, and that could persist. I don't know where the big guys are going to put their money, but what I can tell you is today is massively important to really pay attention to it. The first thing that jumps out to me is 6,350 on SPX. That is a massive positive gamma node, worthwhile to pay attention to. If we get up there, that would be strong resistance. I would assume a lot of profit taking at that level. But I also want to bring up, as of now, we don't really have as much support as we used to. Going into this, we had huge support at 6,250. But that's going to disappear at 9:30 today. And the support, as of now, is getting moved down to 6,175. So once again, this situation is dynamic. People can choose to trade whenever the hell they want to trade. But I'm just letting you know that functionally, last week and this week compared to next week are going to be very different. The week before OPEX, the week of OPEX compared to the week after OPEX, they are massively different things. Honestly, I don't think there's enough retail traders talking about this, but of course, not every day is built the same, but not every week is built the same. Your proximity to your monthly and your quarterly expirations has a really big impact on how things move or don't move, or just like the tendencies of the market in that environment. And right now we are at a clear inflex point. That's not necessarily meant to be interpreted as bullish or bearish, because it's dependent on where the big players decide to put their money, put their positions. This is more of my call out to you of, hey, expect craziness, man. Yeah, we probably will be seeing a new all-time high today. Will it hold? If we do, are we going to shoot all the way up to 6,350? That's a huge positive gamma node. Or are people going to take their money and roll, and then all of a sudden we lost the support and we're back down to testing 6,200? Those are both in the cards. This is more of my warning to all of you guys of just like, what the fuck's going on? The market's going crazy right now. Does anyone have news on this? The market's going buck wild right now over here on the NASDAQ. Did something got announced? Housing starts. Is anyone seeing news? Because NQ is just popping. It just popped 40 points out of nowhere. What do we have? Is anyone seeing any breaking news? NQ just ripped. What is it? What is it? All right, well, if anyone sees news, let me know. But yeah, the NQ, I mean, right here, check that out, just popped out of nowhere. It went from 70, it literally ripped 50 points. If you were long NQ, that was $1,000 right there. That's crazy. That was a bit spicy for sure. A bit spicy for sure. All right. Here are the key levels of the day, at least in my humble opinion. Obviously, we're right around 6,300 key technical level, key psychological level. Lots of stuff going on here between 6,304 and 6,297. So that's going to be probably the first battle of the day. If we could create a support there, I want to see that bounce up to 6,350. And then my ultimate target of the day on a zero DTE perspective would be 6,350. If this fails, yes, support can be found at 80, and then we're at the bottom of the transition zone at 70. And then from there, my reach bearish target would be the low from yesterday. I guess if whatever this news is, I have no idea what's going on, but whatever the news is, if it quote unquote gets bad, maybe we snap 50 and all the way go to 200. I'm expecting a bit of a larger range today than we saw yesterday, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not like I'm expecting the range that we saw like in April or anything like that. But overall, yes, I'm looking for a new all-time high to be made today. Hopefully it holds, and hopefully that new high is not just a little bit of a new high, but a very, very strong dominant one. But obviously, time will tell. So here we are. Dingity ding ding ding. The world's largest casino is now open. Best of luck to all. Play responsibly, and if not, have fun. All right, we got some clear profit taking right out of the gate. Why did the Qs go nuts? Why did the Qs go nuts? All right. That's actually up nicely. Nvidia, that's probably a new all-time high, or at least close to it. Soxel's up a little bit. Unfortunately, Netflix getting hit. Palantir's strong. Tesla's up to 323. 323. Okay. Well, we have this. We're going to be able to track options flow. We're going to be able to track all the stuff we normally do. We'll let this load. Let me get this cleaned up a little bit. I find the data... I mean, the data is the data, but also at a certain point, we're not even a minute into the day, so you have to appreciate that. I forgot to show you, just to prove to you guys I was a good boy. I did not trade anything this morning. I want to make sure I have the bots on. The bots are on. But as you can see, I have my 3 funded Tradeify accounts, I have my 20 funded Apex accounts, and I have my 5 funded Take Profit accounts. So the Take Profit and the Apex are all up about $800, all of those 25 accounts. And then the Tradeify accounts are bigger accounts. Instead of being 50K accounts, I did the 150. One of them's up 3.2K, and then the other are up just under 6K. So that's how we're starting the day off. I haven't traded on them. I believe I got the systems to where I need them to be, and we're going to see how this gets going today. And I'm basically just going to be doing my best. Ooh, the Mag 7 out of the gate. Granted, that's not much data, but that is a strong pump out of the gate. Even the SPY just got a little bit of a pop right there. Tesla's looking good. Netflix not looking good. Jeez, Netflix. It had a good earnings too. That's the sad part about it. Look at that Mag 7, dude, out of the gate. The bulls are showing what's up. Dude, Netflix just keeps dropping. Fuck. Where's Netflix? Yeah, dude. All right. Oh, I got to cut that one. If you're in the Discord, I am cutting it. Bummer. 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 All right, let me update. That was just so silly. Stupid earnings. Stupid earnings. All right. Actually, the order did not go through. Dumb. All right. Netflix dead to me. Dead. Circle. How's the daily looking over here? Dude, that's looking good. I want this fall through to take out, what is this high? 265 on CRCL. So this is one theoretically that should be benefiting well from the Genius Act being passed, but hopefully it doesn't turn into a buy the rumor, sell the news type of a setup, but we'll set up some alerts on CRCL. Nvidia going for new all-time high, world's biggest stock. Broadcom also gearing up for a new all-time high. This should benefit Soxel. Soxel above 28 gets me excited. Above 29, very excited. And 30 means I'm actually making some good money. Palantir also not far from its all-time high. Microsoft, all new record high right there. Apple doing nothing. Tesla actually looking good. I would love to see it above 330. Netflix market not reacting well to its earnings whatsoever. Meta also kind of getting beat up a bit here. Getting beat up a bit. Let's see if that can actually bounce back. ASML after its earnings still holding low. MSTR actually nice consolidation for potential follow through. This is probably worth a place on your watch list. Nice pop, flagging. Look for that follow through, especially if Bitcoin. If you're optimistic on Bitcoin, like breaking out maybe this weekend or something like that. Coin Coin about to hit its IPO high, about to finally make a new record high right here, cents away. It was within 6 cents. Coinbase almost came back to its 2021 high. Look at that. Its IPO high. Wow. For all the bag holders, they're coming for you. For all the bag holders, Coinbase is coming to pick them up. That's crazy. Qualcomm, DJT, RUM. Is that a new record on XRP? It is. XRP hit a new record. Got that breakout at 340. It's at 350 now. Solana's up. Texas Roadhouse. What are yields doing? Yields are just chilling. Oil's chilling. Gold's chilling. Vol's down slightly. Okay. All right. Tesla's definitely moving. That's actually the biggest mover. And then percentage-wise, CRCL not moving much, but just a decent gap up due to the Genius Act getting passed. Bitcoin, actually, honestly, not as good as I thought it'd be. I thought today we'd be battling it out at like 120, 121, currently below 119. But hey, there's a lot of time left in the day. What else is moving? Nope. Well, Tesla's the winner of the day thus far. Are we going for the downside gap fill? The Q's downside gap fill at 562.31, the high from yesterday. So it might just be cleaning up the chart. The 5 minute is testing. The 10 minutes testing. 30 minutes bullish. 4 hours bullish. 5 minutes testing, 10 minutes testing, 30 minutes bullish, 4 hours bullish. So the shorter time frames are kind of neutral with respect to momentum on ES and NQ, but the medium time frames, the 30-minute and the 4 hour, still very evidently bullish. And I should let you guys know that whatever today's intraday high is, that is the all-time high. So intraday high of the day does equal all-time high for honestly both the NASDAQ and for the S&P 500. So we did hit a record. Dingity ding 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 ding. Remember, in about 1 hour, we are doing a Payday Friday giveaway. Pinned to the top of chat in the description of the video. 5 people will be competing. Coin just hit a new all-time high. Coin, new record high, taking out that IPO day. But anyway, Payday Friday, roughly around 10:30. $150 cold hard cash. 3 different accounts on Vanquish. Right here, it is like SIMDA funded the way I do with Apex and Tradeify and Take Profit Trader. But this is for people who want to trade options. So if you're more of an options person, this is your best opportunity. If you use that code Goonie, you'll get 50% off right now. All of the plans. This is the current deal. So if you like SIMDA funded, but you'd prefer to do it with options, that's exactly what Vanquish is there for. So we're going to do a marble race to give away accounts. We're going to do the $150 cold hard cash. So as we always do, pinned to the top of chat in the description of the video. Why is Coinbase flying? Because people are buying and selling it at a higher value than they were previously. We're about to get that gap fill on the Qs. The SPY has a bit more distance to go. So on the Qs, we just tagged it. We did get the downside gap fill. That's statistically a strong play. The Qs have a little bit more distance, about 20 cents here. The flow, the SPY was good up for the first 3 minutes, and now the SPY, quite a bit of profit taking, actually. Let's see how long that persists for. Same with the Mag 7. Pretty good up until 937. And then someone started buying longer dated puts. A little bit. Uh-oh. We're in. We're live. We're live. Live from the Matt Kohrs Studios. All right. It appears as if the bot did what it should have. Let's see. As you can see, I really beefed it up. I have the proper target. I have stop losses. And that really wasn't the problem yesterday. Remember, the major problem yesterday was more so related to, like, when it was in a position and then it tried to take the opposite, it was trading too many contracts. So that's what I'm, like, really going to be watching for today. I'm not the most stoked that this decided to go short at the low of the day. That's not necessarily a decision I'm, like, gleeful about, but I guess that's also why we have stops. Yeah, very much not stoked about that. Not stoked. Maybe I'll get lucky, but Jesus. We'll find out. We'll find out if this was smart or not. But yeah, like, it literally went short at the, like, I mean, what is this? This 920 low? We perfectly bounced off of it. But I'm thinking, obviously, this is, like, a weird thing to say because, like, all these positions are currently red. So I get that I shouldn't be that optimistic, but I'm stoked that things are, like, seemingly looking good thus far. At least trade one. It's not like my code, like, blew up on me and, like, crashed my computer. So we might be getting somewhere. Ooh, lot of buyers stepping in. Lot of buyers. So we're just below VWAP. We're just below the point of control. So the trade that was taken must have been the breakdown of VWAP. And then it just got a really, really bad fill on that. But there's two things I don't like about this trade. Is it went short at the low of the day. Not my favorite. And it also went short against the overall trend. The overall trend is up, obviously. So maybe I need to put in an extra couple filters on this VWAP breakdown trade. It's a super simplistic VWAP breakdown trade. But maybe I need to put, like, a delay on it. Like, don't let it do it. What time did it take that trade? It might just be variance. Who knows? This is above my pay grade. All I can tell you is there's a lot of buyers sitting down here at roughly 23,250. 250 is where seemingly we have people attempting to buy. A little bit of buy-side liquidity. Mara, Riot, Soxel. Well, two of those are related. One of them is not. Soxel is semiconductors. Mara and Riot are Bitcoin miners. Why? Are they doing anything exciting? Yeah, good follow through. I mean, it's just going to be highly correlated with Bitcoin. I don't like playing Bitcoin miners. I find that most people trying to play Bitcoin miners, they just like Bitcoin. And right now with the new Bitcoin ETFs, you can get more direct exposure. Because remember, companies like Riot and Mara have inter-business competition issues on top of the fact that it's also highly correlated with Bitcoin. So if you're playing Riot or Mara, you should be playing them because you specifically like their business model. If you're playing Mara and Riot because you just like Bitcoin, go play the ETFs directly related to Bitcoin. And then Soxel is just a leveraged semiconductor play that's not, it's up 1% today, but it's not doing anything too crazy. Oh, Tesla's looking good. Circle selling off. Soxel, Microsoft, Apple, Palantir, Nvidia. Yeah, Circle's getting hit now. All right, I'm looking for this downside gap fill on the SPY, 62840. It's not a guaranteed play, but it's a very high odds play. It is far more likely than not that at some point today, SPY will hit 62840. It is far likely than not that at some point today, you'll have SPX hitting 6,304.69. The odds are very high of that happening. Hopefully a foundation is created somewhere in here that we can bounce off of and rip up to 25 and then 50. That's what I'm looking for. I would feel much more comfortable if the market cleaned up the chart, as in got that gap fill. I'm looking for a base to be created somewhere between 6304 and 6297. Hopefully it's right off of 6,300. I would love to see a lot of aggressive buyers come in there. And then from there, we bounce, take out this high, pull back, put in a higher low, and then off that higher low, ideally, I play it up to 6325. So this is the kind of call out that I made yesterday, and it was actually perfect. Actually, before the market even opened yesterday, I gave you guys literally the exact playbook of how the market was going to play out, and that's exactly what happened. It was actually scary how well I predicted yesterday before the market was even open. So maybe I'll get lucky again today. OPEX days I find to be a little bit more difficult, but I'm telling you what I'm looking for. Base to be created here. We bounce. Maybe we take out this high. Maybe we don't, but we pull back. I want to see specifically a higher low, and it's on that higher low that I would then be interested in playing it up to 25 with a runner up to 50. That's how I would be looking at it. Bitcoin not doing the most this morning. We have the Qs just literally going sideways ever since 937. We have the SPY we're kind of just range bound right now. I'm still in my positions. They're underwater. They're not looking good. It just got caught up in this range, unfortunately. Unfortunately, your boy is caught up. Yeah, it's just we're stuck at VWAP. We're stuck at the POC, the point of control, the highest volume node of the day, as in this is the price that most volume has transacted at. So this is just now becoming a very sticky area. The trade I got into was on the VWAP breakdown. It was supposed to get in and out quickly. Unfortunately, the entry was either a little too late, a little too early. Like if I staggered it 1 minute either way, I would have been fine. But I was the unfortunate soul who actually got in at the perfectly wrong time. Like I said, if I got in a minute earlier, great. If I got in a minute later, great. Those would have worked. I got in at the worst minute. And sometimes when you have a losing, my stop's about to get hit. Sometimes when you have a losing trade like that, I think it's really easy to focus, be like, oh, I need to fix it. But remember, folks, sometimes like good trades, like you could have a good setup. It just doesn't go your way that way. It's much more like, and we hear this all the time in whatever those motivational videos, you hear it from sports people all the time of just like this idea of, like just follow the process. That was based on my strategy. That was the exact trade I was supposed to take. It didn't go my way. Unfortunately, it could have bottom ticked the day. Knowing my luck, it's going to knock me out and it's going to vomit for it anyway. Like all that stuff is possible and it's unfortunate, but it's just sometimes how this shit goes. Like there's going to be variance. There's going to be variance, and it's more of if I can control it and keep, well, hang on a second. Why did these not exit? Why did these not exit? Why did one get out and the other didn't? Did I not? I might have not copy and pasted the whatchamacallit code. I might not have copy and pasted the stop loss logic between the two strategies. I don't think it isn't working. I think I literally just didn't copy and paste it. I think I put it in one strategy, but not the other. So that's a bit of a bummer. I wonder if I should just manually cut it right now. Should I manually? Never mind. Never mind. It's doing its own thing. Okay. And then this one went long. All right. So it took a stab at the short. Dude, I feel uncomfortable about this. And why I feel uncomfortable about this is I completely understand why this fired. Why I'm not feeling the best is because we didn't get the downside gap fill. And like, I just know the odds of this are so high. So like, I didn't mind the short because I'm like, oh, it's playing for the downside gap fill. It is a VWAP breakdown. Like, cool. The fact that it went long, like, yeah, theoretically, it could still work for me. but I just don't feel the best because the chart isn't cleaned up. Like this, I would have, if we hit this, dude, fucking rip it. If we bounce off of that, I wouldn't even care if it fucked up again and went long 4 contracts. Great. I'll take that risk. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But I am not feeling the best about the fact that this is, this never got that. It just didn't hit it. It didn't hit it. Now, maybe I'll get lucky and maybe it'll like pump and maybe at some point midday we hit it and then we bounce like I still might be fine. But in terms of like my comfort, I don't know. The Q's got their downside gap fill and we just broke out of the range, but Tesla's looking good. Tesla's at 326. I would have just felt much more comfortable about this if this, yeah, and we're going to turn here. Fuck. The vibes on that one are low. The vibes on that one are low. Maybe I'll get lucky. We saw an options pop right there. So this is the Mag 7 catching a bid at 946. The SPY 945. I do want to remind everyone that in 10 minutes, we're going to be getting the consumer sentiment report. So do not be surprised if at 10 a.m. some I don't know, a little bit of volatility hits the market. Once again, 10 a.m. consumer sentiment. Definitely could pop the market up. Definitely could drop it down. And as to which way I think it's going to go, well, based on my current trade, I hope up. But obviously, your guess is as good as mine. All I can tell you is Tesla's having a great day. It must be a good day to be old Tesla because that is pumping. That is pumping. What do we have over here? And I'm actually in Tesla. I got a little piece of this. Unrealized return 15%, 1 day return up 28%. Obviously, it's the bottom number that really matters, but the top number is helping keep my account up even higher. But yeah, nice little 15% return. It was about a 15.6K bet. So we're going to see if this cooks. I have time. I have until August 1st, so I'm not like rushing it by any means. So if it has a little bit of legs, if it has a little bit of trend, I'm here for it. A little bit of legs, a little bit of trend. Dude, I can see it now. I can see it now. I could see the fact that this little pump could get faded and then all of my original short profit targets would have been hit anyway. And then on the bounce, it would have gone long. So bada bing, bada boom. But this time it went short at the worst point, got knocked, and now long. And then there's a chance that this could get, dude, I don't know, folks. I'm a bit uneasy on this one. A wee bit uneasy, but hey, the system's the system. I'm attempting on this particular batch of sim to funded accounts. I really am attempting to. Motherfucker. What was that? What the fuck was that? Well, that's why your stops are in there, but Jesus. Like, seriously, what in the world was that? If this goes much more, that's a fucking random ass hit. Well, I guess that's why the stops are built in. How did this not? This should be closing it out. I might manually close this one. Dude, this is kind of what I prophesized. I really think I don't like this going long. I shouldn't have. I guess I could have had a little bit of a manual override in terms of just not allowing it to trade. I don't necessarily like consider that to be like, oh, like you're breaking your rule. No, it's just like, hang on, we're going to turn it off. Maybe I should have only had on the short side until we got that gap fill. But this one is going to be brutal here. Yeah, this is not going to. Dude, these accounts, they just don't have much more drawdown. They don't have much more drawdown, do they? Dude, what a random ass hit to the market. Yeah, that just locked in that loss. Are they all trading again? Dude, I think this is some whip. Everything's getting whipped up today. Everything's getting whipped up today. Fuck. So once again, this is actually the trade that I'm more comfortable with now. So I actually wish this was the first trade of the day. The trade that's in right now, and I have no idea if it does or doesn't hit, but I like it because it didn't short at the low of the day. So the profit target is within the day's range. So that's one thing that I like it. And I still like it because of the fact that the SPY has still yet to get its downside gap fill. So really this current trade, and once again, this isn't commentary on if it does or doesn't make money. Of course, I want it to make money, but it's more of this particular one I wish was the first trade of the day because this is the trade that like my own opinion overlaps and agrees with what the bot is doing. We have the downside gap fill and it's not, it didn't take in a position at the extreme. So whether it does or does not make money, this is definitely the trade that I agree with the most. Definitely the trade that I agree with the most. I think the first one, I don't like that it was at the extreme. And then the second one, as I explained, it was counter trend to where the gap was. So not that comfortable with it whatsoever. Not that comfortable with it whatsoever. But let's see if I can dig myself out of a hole. Let's see. Looks like it has its first profit target at 55. Oh, Tesla's still going. Hey, at least Tesla is giving me some money. Up about 4K on that. Up about 4K on that. Here's a look at options flow. It was looking good, and then just someone dumped hard at 52. Mag 7, same thing. Someone, like, look at it. Yeah, we're starting to see a little bit of that OPEX day whip and craziness. Especially with the fact that in 3 minutes, we're going to have the whatever report coming out. Something just got filled. Oh, okay. So I made 200 back on all of these. Okay. So the 50K accounts whipped one winner. And now we're trying to see the big accounts and see what they could do to see if they can make back some of their money. See what they can do. Oh, I wonder how... I wonder. All right. Slowly digging ourselves out of a hole. Excuse me. So locked in. So busted trade. Not. Maybe it's not a time thing. Maybe I add in some logic of don't trade if you're within like 5 points of the extreme of the day. Like just to not trade at the extreme. That might be the most useful. Okay. So secondary little problem here is at 10 a.m. So in 2 minutes, we're going to get a report. I wonder if I should just move my stop to break even. And if it gets wicked out, it gets wicked out. I wonder. You know, what would you guys do? Do you think because, would you guys if you guys were me, would you move your stop to break even on this one just because of this 10 a.m. announcement? Dude, Tesla is going. Tesla's moving right now. But anyway, when this report comes out in 90 seconds, I'm thinking of moving the stop to break even just so I don't dig myself further in the hole. More of like adding on extra risk parameters. I feel like that's probably the smart thing to do here. And if it hits it, which the fact that it's so close, the odds are pretty high of that happening. it's probably like a 90-95% chance of it just getting wicked out. But that gives me a 5 to 10% chance that if it is a dump, I still have exposure to it. And honestly, even if I were to lock it in right now, $100 when you're already down 1.7 is not really going to change the game. Not really going to change the game. All right, I move the stop to break even. So hopefully this one doesn't, like, of course there could be horrible slippage, but hopefully there's not so much slippage. Not the strongest start that I'd want to see, if I'm being completely honest, team. Not the strongest start. We definitely have our work cut out for us today. Work cut out for us today. All right, we have 20 seconds for this to pop off. 20 seconds for this to pop off. Let's see how it goes. All right, 2 seconds. Yeah. No way did it give me a fucking fill all the way up here. It did. Dude, fuck sim to funded trading, dude. That's crazy. You guys all saw I had my stop at 68. It gave me a fucking fill at 95. The top of it. Are you fucking kidding me? Literally 30 points off. 30 fucking points higher. You saw the stop. You saw, and like literally it just gave me the worst fucking fill ever. That's ridiculous. That's definitely some of the downsides of sim to funded trading is that type of shit. That's fucking horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. It's one thing if you have like a 2.1 point, especially on news. Dude, my stop was at 68 and it filled me at 95. Holy shit. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if sim to funded firms on things like that, like it's programmed in just to give you like the worst fill possible. I really wouldn't like look at that. It's the high 95. That's fucking insane. 30 points away where it should have been. But then yet the copy trade got filled fine. Look at. So the two following accounts got filled fine right there perfectly at 68. 69. So it was the lead account. Why would the lead account? Oh, I wonder if that's how you can fight back against these sim to funded ones is by running it all on a secondary like bullshit account. And then that's really interesting. See? Perfect fill. Perfect fill. Horrific fill. And that's the lead account. So I wonder if that's an easy workaround is maybe just make a bunch of sim accounts that are your quote unquote lead accounts and then make your actual accounts follow behind them. Can you use the sim account as your lead account? Well, I am on the other ones, but I could just probably create another sim. I don't know. We might be learning something. A little food for thought. A little food for thought. All right, but I assume on that little flash, oh, we still didn't get that fucking gap fill. CRCL's picking up. Tesla's picking up. I have both of those, actually. So I'm up a nice 32% on Tesla and a nice 46% on CRCL. I'm break even on my Q and my SPY, which like blows my mind. And I'm down on BITX and I'm down on Soxel. This is not my day, dude. And what's crazy is I don't even feel like I've done anything like uniquely fucking stupid either. I really don't. I feel like I got an absolutely insanely bad fill and then just chopped to fuck. And this is still going down. Yeah, it's crazy. Well, what I'm looking for is this downside gap fill on the SPY, base to be found there, and then we bounce off of it. That is the play out that I'm looking to take advantage of. If we get it, I'll play it aggressively. If we don't, okay, then I'll be sitting on my hands waiting. Dude, even that, dude, stopped out for that to go your way. Like, the fact that they give you that shit of a fill, you'd have to really, really convince me that they intentionally don't do that to their people, especially when we see that on follow accounts, it worked as expected. Like, you're really, really going to have to convince me that they intentionally don't do that, whoever the data provider is. Like, that's the worst fill possible. Fart coin saved my life. You and me both. All right. Almost got the gap fill. We got as low as 305.05, and we're looking at 304.69. So I just want to see this clean up a little bit. And then on the bounce back, I want to see if we're actually going to legitimately have a bullish day. On the day of your daughter's birthday. That's exactly how I feel. Folks, if you haven't already, sign up for the Payday Friday giveaway. Pinned to the top of chat in the description of the video. We're going to be doing it in 25 minutes as long as the market isn't going crazy. All right, the SPY just got its downside gap fill. The SPY did. SPX is about to get its downside gap fill. Okay, now that we did that, I'm going to feel way, way more comfortable of any potential bounce back. Way more potential of like, okay, we just don't have players actively looking for this. So I'm looking for now the bounce out of here. I would love to see the options market recover. I would love to see the exact opposite in SPY flow. The delta is actually puking right now. 5 minutes bearish, 10 minutes bearish, 30 minutes bullish, but seems to be heading to the 50 EMA. 4 hours still bullish. On NQ, bearish. Oh, 30 minutes testing. Actually, that could be an interesting bounce point. Like if the market just accepts it right at that 50 EMA, a bounce right off of that. We'll see. We'll see. NQ still pushing here. Dude, it could have held that short that entire time. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me, man? CRCL is really going. Hell yeah. Well, at least this makes it feel less painful. I'm up about 4K on CRCL, and then here's the Tesla position. I'm up another 4K there. So I can't bitch and moan that much. I'm up almost 10K on just those two plays alone. I'm definitely getting some nice exposure to the Tesla pop and to the CRCL pop. So, you can't cry that bad. Dude, okay, we got the gap fill. Can we pop? I'm getting nervous, though. I'm getting nervous on these guys. There's not much wiggle room on my trades right now because of the drawdown on all of these. Son of a gun. So net relative to yesterday, I'm pretty much back where I started, but remember, they based their stuff off their unrealized high, which is a huge pain in the ass. So even though the accounts are pretty much just back to where they started yesterday, like I made 800, I'm down 950, I made 3K. I'm actually still higher than I was yesterday on all these. I mean, I made 3K, but remember, it's a drawing loss limit, a DLL daily loss limit, which I don't like. And then these ones, it's based off your unrealized high. So if it were a cash account, it would be like, okay, you basically just gave back what you did yesterday. Like, okay, no worries. But because it's not, there's other things you have to consider. other things you have to consider. But anyway, like I said, this is the bounce that I'm kind of looking for. This is it. We came down. We got the downside gap fill. Honestly, I wouldn't have even been bothered if it came down to 6,300. Just somewhere in here. But hey, if it wants to be a shallow one, or maybe this is a little fake out and maybe there is an additional push, I'm just trying to, my goal of the day is to get all those accounts back into the green by basically like seeing if I can find wherever this low is going to be and ideally playing it all the way up to an intraday high and then specifically 63250. That's like where my mindset's at, and that's what I'm attempting to do. But for that to happen, the Mag 7 should probably stop puking and the SPY should also probably stop puking. Tesla's looking good. CRCL is up 9%. That has to relate to the Genius Act and maybe the odds of it, or the perceived odds of it passing the, the Senate now that it's already passed the House. But clear downtrend. All right, so that's another thing we could look for. Oh, probably should have made it wait till 10 a.m. today. In hindsight, probably what I should have done. Probably. Dude, just getting such dick fills. I guess that's the game of trading. You can't fucking cry about everything. What's done is done. What's done is done is done is done. I've been in the SPY and Q calls, but it must just be so much vol crush plus theta decay. I'm like barely break even on this. I've had all that nice exposure and it's just amounted to fuck all. It's amounted to fuck all. Someone said coin keeps going. Where is coin? Yeah, record high and going. Record high and going. Dude, coin, no chill. Yeah. Looks just like CRCL. Both are actually, CRCL is up slightly more right now. 11%. Coin's up. Both are great gains. Even Tesla's gain is a great gain. Nvidia's in the green. Soxel's trying to hold green. Imagine how good these things would look if the SPY and the Qs weren't getting fucking cracked right now. We just gotta patience. We did see a new all-time high. The question is it going to hold? And we're right now in the zone where if there were going to be a bounce, this is where you would theoretically expect the buyers to be stepping in. Somewhere between yesterday's high closing value and a major technical, psychological, and open interest level. If there is a bounce, no trader who's worth their salt would be surprised if it bounced out of here. If we bounce out of here, no one would be like, why in the world did they buy it there? Like literally it's the technical high from yesterday, the technical close, open interest level, psychological level. Like there's a lot going on here. Now, just because that wouldn't be a surprise, that doesn't mean it's going to. Of course, there's some non-zero chance that we just puke. Because remember, coming back to this gamma conversation, we lost a lot of that supportive gamma. I should probably zoom in. Yeah, this is just negative gamma. There is positive gamma at 6270, so that's potential. Last close, gamma strike, yeah, 6,300. We're coming up to the test, folks. This is it. No one can tell you definitively what's going to happen from here, but good traders are telling you this is the region to pay attention to. This 10-point region, whether the market accepts it and we bounce out or the market rejects it and we puke through, this is going to be the telling thing of the day. I wish I had a crystal ball that told you definitively should you be going long or short here. Obviously, my own accounts wouldn't have gotten so fucking beaten up. I would have got, damn, that first one, it could have worked so well. It just got brutal. And the sad thing is it actually would have still been riding this short, and it was short at 68. So 68, it would be up 30 points. It'd be up 600 after locking in 200. So the losses would have been cut by more than half if just that fucking crazy wick didn't happen. That's crazy. Oh, but hey, sometimes you get unlucky. Sometimes you get very lucky. It cuts both ways. You're going to have those times. And I know it's easier to focus on the times you get unlucky and you're like, dude, market's against me, blah, blah, blah. But I very much believe it kind of like all washes out. I think you have those crazy trades where you're like, dude, I just got out because I had things to do and it ended up top ticking it or like whatever. We all have those stories where it's a crazy amount of luck, but we don't really remember those. We kind of remember the ones where it was just unlucky. And that's just honestly the nature of variance. Like sometimes luck's on your side, sometimes it isn't. And ideally, you're a good enough trader, i.e. good enough risk management, that it just doesn't matter. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Are we bouncing out of here? We're now within the region. Let's see if the market shoots it back out, or let's see if it pukes it through to the other side. This will be the tell. Are the wicks likely from institutions executing their options? No, the wicks are literally just the difference between the open and the close. What's creating the wicks it's just the trades in that time period, and then it looks like a wick because it's that far away from its close. But it's just whatever, institutions, high frequency traders, retail, it's just people trading. You would never in a million years be able to ascribe it to, is it institutions exiting options? You have to, like, that's a hyper specific thing that, first of all, you're never going to be able to measure of like, okay, is this due to options? Is it due to people exiting options? And is it due to institutions exiting their options? Like, that's such like an incredibly specific thing that you would never, ever be able to measure. As always, everything you see on the chart is from people just deciding to trade. Now, as why they decide to trade, you're going to have to ask them. Okay, a lot of support coming in here at 23,200. Let's see. And then we're roughly here. I just wonder, are we going to get this bounce out? Really dark pool information. Nothing like that at all, actually. Feels like over the last few weeks, there's a lot less money to be made from non-insider traders. I don't even know what that means. I have no idea what you're trying to say. Are there insider traders who make a lot of money? Yes. Are the markets vast with a ton of opportunity every single day? Also, yes. Is trading easier, though, if you have that insider information? 100%. Obviously, like no one would ever like contest with that. But what do you mean? Look at Tesla, look at Circle, look at XRP. Like there's a ton of things going on any given day. When you consider equities, forex, options, crypto, like to say that there's not opportunity, like I don't know, open your eyes. Dude, the fact that it would be in this fucking play the entire time, no. Bullshit, dude. It would be short it'd be up 50 points, dude. These accounts would almost be back to break even. That motherfucking shit, Phil. Oh, that's so frustrating. That's so incredibly frustrating. Oh, it happens. It happens. Is Trump going to pump the market or take it when he signs the genius bill today? I don't know. I mean, if you're attempting to trade off of that, like inherently you're just going to lose because that's like not a thing you could predict accurately. Like you're not going to like, don't waste your time trying to trade around things that like are impossible for you to really discern. Like it's just, we only all have so much time in the day. We only have so much energy and effort and capacity. Focus it on things that you actually have a shot of like making money on. And that would just not be one of them. That would not be one whatsoever of like trying to predict what Trump will or won't do and how he's going to react. It's just a waste of time. All right. Is this it? Are they running it a little bit of a green to red move? We were in the green. SPY pushing red. Is this where buyers want to step in? We have a lot of buyers here on NQ at 23,200. That's this big red zone. We're trading at 23,220. Is this it? Is this it? Is this it? Huh. How's the flow looking right here? Mag 7 got sold pretty hard down to 10.20. Now getting a little bit of a pop. Even that, like, I mean, it wouldn't be the craziest area to bounce if it did. That, like, I mean, it just got manhandled ever since that, since 10.01. Just manhandled. Huh. I wonder. The wheels are a turning. Do I think this is the actual bottom, or do I think it's a fake out like we saw at 10.07, 10.08? See here, 10.07, 10.08. We sold hard, potential reversal, went flat. It was at a key level, and we puked anyway. Do we think they're going to run that back? Do you think it's the same thing? Potential reversal, flat, and another puke? Or was this the fake out, and this is the time the bulls are actually going to like make an attempt at a recovery? I mean, it's the exact same setup. It's the exact same setup. Except statistically this time, this was a 2 standard deviation move. So I guess mathematically it is a bit different. I guess mathematically it is a wee bit different. I'm nervous. I would be taking this trade if I didn't already get my ass handed to me today. I would be. Just, we had a 2 standard deviation move. I think the overall bias is still bullish. The big players, they're actually not even selling. I know the market feels aggressively down, but big players actually haven't really done much today. Oh, fuck it. Wow. Dude, I'm literally just trying to set up the order and I got fucking wicked out as I'm like moving around the bars. Dude, today is not my day, team. I was just trying to move my order to the low of the day there. And I was not fast enough to move it. And I just got clipped by whatever that was. I got clipped right there. I was just trying to move it down to this guy. Literally just not fast enough to move it. What the fuck, dude? Today, I guess there's certain days you wake up and you just realize it is not for you. Not for you. Yeah, I was just trying to catch that pop there, risk that low, about 30 points. I was willing to risk it. Now, granted, if it pukes anyway, I actually inherently save myself some money. So once again, this is variance. If it does puke, I literally just save myself money. But holy crap, there's certain days where seemingly you can't do anything wrong, and then there's other days that you literally cannot do anything right. What the fuck? I don't think there's much drawdown left in these because it's from the fucking unrealized high. Dude, the unrealized high thing is like, it's just such a loaded dog shit. Such a loaded dog shit. Maybe I need to play this a bit differently. What's the flow? Let's see if we can get an idea. So it tried to get going, smacked again at the close. Tesla's flat, circle popped big to 260, coming back a little bit. The question really here is 1022 the higher low? Is this the first higher low we've seen all day? Decisions. We have an inside bar. Yeah, someone splashed the market there. Random ass trade at 1022. Flow still down. Bearish. This is actually breaking bearish. Granted, we have 5 minutes on ES. Well, fuck me. Yeah, I mean, I guess at this point I can't complain too much of getting unlucky because I think it would have wicked me out and that would have actually cost me more money. MSTR, I'm getting an alert. What's going on with MSTR? That one's actually break. Dude, is everything just like breaking down today except for Tesla and Coin and Circle? Yeah, okay. I can't complain that much because I would have been wicked out anyway. So before where I'm like, yo, like I didn't move it fast enough, like literally I would have taken a bigger loss. So that's what I'm talking about with the variance of like it was unlucky, but then guess what happened? It would have been worse anyway. What really frustrates me here is that trade, the 10 a.m. trade, that got wicked out, but I would still be short from whatever the fuck it was, 68. I would have been short from 260. I'd be up 68 points right now without that fucking wick out. Like that's the worst fill, and it was like the right trade anyway. I would actually be green in the accounts right now without that stupid fucking wick. That's insane, dude. That's actually verifiably insane. The trade bot is actually doing so bad today on its closures. I don't think we're seeing the same thing. I have in the orders and then the fills are 30 fucking points off. That's different. That's different than the bot. That's like the shit fills that cost you what? An extra $600? Damn, this is getting cracked right now. I guess the OPEX roll is not going well, team. I don't think the OPEX roll is going as the bull camp really intended here, team. All right, I want to make sure that they're on because if the code wants to catch a reversal, we'll see it. Is there any news or a big sell-off? What happened? It's not a big sell-off. We hit an all-time high and we're down 0.3%. It like by definition, it is not a big sell-off when you hit an all-time high and then come down as in 0.3%. I think people, especially in retail trading, get so dramatic about that shit. Like we literally hit a record high and then came down 0.25% and fucking what is this crash? What is this sell-off? What is it? What in the fuck is this? How in the world could they allow this to happen? Sell the world. Sell. The world is burning. Everyone is losing their 401ks. Yeah, that's how it feels. Um, just trying to learn. Be gentle. Don't be a baby. How about that? How about if you're having an emotional response to it, trading is not really for you. Remember, trading is an extraordinarily difficult, competitive, draining venture. It's kind of like a barrier to entry that if you have like the emotional fortitude of a fucking ant, that it's probably not for you. It's the market and Wall Street itself will like literally never give you a break. So if you have like the psychological composition of like need your like hand to be held and tell you everything's going to be all right and you need to be gentle, like trading is the exact opposite. That's like trying to be like a prize fighter, but then you complain like if you like the guy is like punching too hard. It's like maybe you shouldn't punch. It's like why the fuck are you like trying to fight then? Like it comes with the territory. Naturally, you're going to have big psychological, emotional blows as a trader. It's inevitable. I rarely guarantee you anything in the world of trading. One of the few things I will guarantee you in the world of trading is you're going to take massive psychological and emotional blows. It's just how this game is. And if that's an aspect of it that you can't handle, you're not interested in handling, if you just continually want to, I guess, live in the world with like your rose-colored sunglasses, have at it, but trading's not going to be for you. It's not going to, it's a very, very rough thing. I don't wear pants. Well, that's a different issue. That's definitely a different thing. But I don't know. Maybe it's time you get pants. Where are we at? NQ right at 200. Okay. I'm curious how many buyers are stepping in. Was there a big chunk of them? So earlier, there was a huge chunk right at 200. And you could see aggressive selling took them out. People tried to buy it back up. And then there was no follow through on the buying. But that was a lot of liquidity, 23,200. So kind of interesting how many buyers were there. Now, remember, those could be buyers to get out of a position, as in shorts targeting their profit, or it could be buyers to be stepping in. All we know are those are limit orders. Doesn't necessarily tell you getting in a position or out of a position. But we might be stalling out. I mean, taking in today's picture as a whole, I mean, just really choppy with that 10 a.m. bullshit. But you could see, yeah, there was some buying right at 10, selling. They try to buy it, more selling, a little bit of buying, more selling. Like, we're just in this pattern of a lot of selling, a little bit of buying, a lot of aggressive selling, a little bit of aggressive buying, a lot of aggressive selling. And even right now, like it's trying to get it going again, I suppose. But is it just going to get stomped on? Here's a look at the options flow. Maybe bottoming, but like, folks, ever since 10, things have been getting rocked. Like, look, it's just so much size, so systematic. Like, these are big players getting the fuck out. Like, these are just huge sell programs, selling all these calls, buying all these puts. Actually, it's more call selling than anything else on the Mag 7. On the SPY, it's call selling and put buying. Like, it's just, you could see it started at 10 and then it's like perfectly walked down. So eventually when these programs end, I think that's when we might have a bit of an opportunity. But as of now, these are like the David Goggins of algorithms. Like, they're just walking it down so perfectly. It literally lasted 30 minutes. 30 minutes to undo all those trades. or to get out of all those trades or whatever the fuck you want to call it. But it took 30 minutes. That's OPEX, folks. We knew that there was a huge amount of positions, and those huge positions, when you get into them, they have a huge impact going up. When you get out of them, they also have a pretty big impact as well. That's crazy. Even this CRCL up to 260, back down to 240. Crazy vol there. Coins giving a little bit back. Apple's trying to go green. Look at a lot, like that's big bot selling. Like they are just slowly but surely just getting out, trying to get the best fills they can. Because remember, they want higher and higher fills as they're selling, but it's just like a systematic walk down. Soxel, Nvidia, not so much Tesla, even Microsoft to a certain degree, Palantir to, yeah, this is just a big transition, a massive transition, in fact. But maybe, just maybe, we're going to get that Nike swoosh recovery. Just maybe. I think I will go and cry in the shower so I don't have to see my tears. I'm just curious. Is this it? So we came into the start of the zone that we care about, the high, the key level, and the low. They overshot it. I wonder if this is it. I wonder. Mag 7 getting hit again. SPYs may be flattening out right now. It stopped this overall trend. I wonder. Where's Tesla? That gave us some hope. Oh, the 5 minute. Okay, I'm taking a stab at it. I'm definitely tilted. This is not what I want to be doing. I think a succession of unfortunate variance and bullshit. I don't know. I feel like now I'm just like kind of swinging at shadows. I don't think it's the craziest thesis. I mean, we're bouncing off of this key level at 200. We're attempting to recapture potentially red to green. We are below VWAP, so even to play back up to VWAP. But it's kind of a bet of like, are these bots done? And I thought they were done for a second, but it doesn't look really on them. Maybe they just started bottoming. Was it a half-hour program? Just ran from 10 to 10:30. Is it over? But like, it's kind of just a bet of like, are these guys done? I thought they were. Of like, okay, like maybe we'll get a little bit of a pump here, but I wouldn't be. I'm not trading well. This is definitely getting tilted from all that bullshit this morning. I think one thing that I'm going to do over the weekend is add in a piece of logic in the system of don't take long trades if it's within 5 points of the high. Don't take short trades if it's within 5 points of the low, because it was really that first trade that started to get things fucked up, where I didn't mind the direction of it whatsoever. I was definitely fine with that direction. It had more to do that it just got such a bad fill. It was near the extreme. I'd honestly rather it just skip it than chasing an extreme of the day. I find going long at the intraday high, going short at the intraday low, generally losing in the long term. So I kind of want to add in that logic. I'll back test it to see if it's worthwhile to put a stall. Like maybe instead of starting it at 9:30, maybe it's better to stall it out to like 9:45, 9:50, 10. I remember I tested that for a little bit and the numbers didn't change much. I know it's common to be like, don't trade, like there's going to be that chop. But for this particular system, it just didn't seem to have like any measurable impact. So I was like, okay, if it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. But I'll double check that. So I want to, and all this stuff, I'll put it in and I'll back test it to see if it improves it or whatever. But I'm interested in not allowing it to trade if it's at an extreme of the day in the direction of the extreme. I'll double check once again the window of the start. And then there was one more thing. Oh, well, this isn't a strategy thing, but it seems like a better, like, it seems like some of their data is bullshit, because you guys saw I was trading the system on 3 accounts. One of them got to fill 30 points away from the other ones. Like, that's fucking insane. And I think maybe one way to fight back against that is to be trading it on a sim account, and then the actual accounts are the follower accounts, because I noticed the follower accounts got the proper fills while the lead account didn't. So I almost wonder if these sim to funding companies, like on events like that, like especially if it's a stop, like you're getting like uniquely the shittiest fill. So that is just literally random conjecture. I have one piece of anecdotal evidence to support that, so that is not like a large sweeping claim whatsoever. But I think just moving forward, I'm going to attempt that and see if it's a bit better. So basically allowing fake sim accounts to lead and then having all the real accounts follow. So that's what I'm thinking about. Actually, I should write all these things down so I don't forget. Sim to lead, time check, extreme check, and stop loss check. Okay. That's where we're at. Fuck, dude. The SPY keeps going, dude. The buyers, I'm really surprised. Buyers attempted to step in a little bit here at 97 at the green to red, and they bounced it back up, but then it got rejected very quickly at that next level. On the overshoot of it, they tried to pop it. They tried to pop it both at 1027 and 1032, but it's just getting faded right down. Market equilibrium, i.e. price, is just not agreeing with any upward movement. We really haven't seen any fresh high or anything like that. I mean, we've definitely seen fresh lows. All right, so things might get interesting if SPX can take out 6299. Not only is that a recent high, but it's around 6,300. From there, I think you might have like legitimate reason to get excited by taking out 6301. Not only is that the next high, but that also means that you broke this level, and then that gives you a setup of basically the overshoot of yesterday's high and then the next high at 6307. So in terms of maybe if there's a reversal, which we are not seeing signs of it yet, but to see the signs of the reversal, you'd be taking out 299, 301, and 307. As of right now, it's lower highs, lower lows. Bears are in control, and you know they're going to be continuing in control if we take out 92, which it looks like we are still about to. So right now, by any measurable definition, the intraday trend is bearish. Lower highs, lower lows, like that is just the pure definition of bearish. Now, we might get a like a double bottom thing off of this. Technically, we just made a fresh low right here, technically. But I see that the Qs are holding up a little bit better right now. So we're seeing a bit of divergence. The SPY went a little bit lower. The Qs are actually pushing a bit higher. So finally, maybe something is breaking the trend here. So I'm almost wondering if we're getting one of these situations, a double bottom. So something like that. So maybe we get like actually, obviously this is what we know is happening. So maybe from here, it's like a bounce up, a pullback, and then we go. And I would argue it's at this point right here is the optimal trade, because you waited for the trend to actually change, as in you put in a fresh high, you wait for the higher low to be formed, you played off that higher low with your risk being the most recent low, and then as it goes up to the next tranche, you're able to move your stop loss to break even or your low, or basically take all your risk off the table. Obviously, this is what we know. This is kind of what maybe I'm looking for, especially because could be a double bottom, capital on the C. But I'm seeing the Qs try to break this. There's a clear divergence now between the SPY and the Qs. The Qs are trying to get going. The Qs are trying to get going. And we're going to find out. We're going to find out. Tesla's bleeding. Circle. Mag 7, not good, but now flat. SPY, actually still legit going down. Still legit going down. Okay. Well, while we're waiting to see if this does or doesn't happen, let's do the Payday Friday giveaway. If you haven't already, sign up on Locals. First of all, Locals is free. You can actually get into the Discord for free if you use that promo code Goonie. But anyway, get onto Locals because we're picking 3 people from here. Just do what these other 71 people have done. I just need a way to contact you if you are the winner of the Cold Hard Cash or the Vanquish accounts. We're giving away 3 Vanquish accounts, $150 of Cold Hard Cash. 3 people will be selected from here, 1 from YouTube, 1 from Rumble. We will select from here last, so you still have time to sign up on this. But let me get Nightbot running over here so we can start picking our other people. All right, so once again, just pay attention to what's pinned at the top of chat, what's in the description of the video. Timers, giveaways, okay. Okay, random number, yes. Anyone can do it, yes. Hang on. Hang on. Okay, so unfortunately, it actually is now long 2. That it might be fortunate if it hits, but remember, I took a manual position, which is why it is in this trade. So I'm long 2 on an account that is very close to going tilted. Not where I want to be. All right. Anyway, 1 to, let's do 1 to 150. Anyone can stop it. I need to hit go. Stop. All right. Now we're going. Whoever wins this one is the YouTube rep. It's a number between 1 and 150. Hey, APU unfiltered. What was the number? All right. Pizza. Pizza. Congrats, man. I don't even know what the number was, but you got it real quick. All right. Random number generator. 10 to 25. 25. All right, so I need to pause this for a second. Stop. Why isn't it pausing the way I normally can pause it? Okay. So what we're going to do is we're looking for the 25th comment past Franz. Past Franz. All right. So let me... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Back to Franz. Franz, do not leave chat because if you are the winner, we need a way to reach out to you. Franz Strber, do not leave chat. Don't do it. Don't even think about it. Don't even look at it. Don't do it. Okay, we did that. How is this going? Oh, horribly. Perfect. Son of a bitch, dude. I was really hoping that this drop and pop, that was the higher low to play off of. I don't know how much more heat in this kitchen my accounts can really take right now. It is not a pretty situation. So busted up so quickly. All right, and then what we need to do is keep the random number generator. How many do we have over here? 80. 81. 80. Okay. 75. 76. And 18. 18, 75, 76 in that order. All right, so we have 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Less than 0. We're going to call you 0. All right. The next one was 75. Each page is 25. Feel free to count them if you want, but just to save time, that would make this 50. And that would make the bottom of this page 60. 75. Arrow, my dog. That's 75. And then 76 is the first on this page. Das Poop. We'll just call you Poop. So we have pizza, we have Franz, we have Zero, we have Arrow, and we have Poop. We have all of them. And remember, shout out to Vanquish if you want to do sim to funded trading, but with options, this is the main place to do it. And that code Goonie will get you 50% off any of the plans. That is the current deal. Spy still not looking good. Mag 7 maybe curling up. Do I see a little bit of a curl? I see flatness. Is it starting to pick up? Am I seeing? I feel like maybe I'm just like deserted on an island, maybe deserted in a desert, and I haven't had water for a while. So I'm starting to just see mirages. I'm starting to see things that aren't there. But I'm definitely starting to get my fucking ass handed to me for sure, dude. But I'm maybe it could be a mirage, but I'm obviously dehydrated, heat stroke, all the whole nine. So at this point, I would. What the fuck was canceled? It exited. Why did it exit there? What? Now your guess is as good as mine. Now your guess is as good as mine. Okay, where are we at? Let me get this game loaded up. Where are we? Yes. Is it just fucking with me at this point? What is it? Dude, I'm going to fucking rip my goddamn hair out. What is happening today? Like, what is possibly going on that I am getting such an incredible succession of just like shit fucking beats? It exited. Why would it exit that? Folks, I don't know what the fuck's going on. It's above my pay grade. It's this one. I don't see how I get out of today without blowing out all these accounts. I really don't. I don't see how I survive this one. I don't see it. I guess the game is downloading. Is it a double bottom right here? I mean, the Q's put in a higher low, but the SPY put in a lower low. At the exact same, so the Nasdaq is trying to pick up a little bit. Obviously, you have this downsloping trend line. It's a bit closer on the Qs, a bit farther away on the SPY. The Delta did hit a low. I saw a little pickup there. The Mag 7 is just flat. I think it was Visions of Grandeur. It says it's trying to launch this game. Downloads 2 of 2 complete. Why is it not launching? Do I need to update something? Running install script. Microsoft VC redistributable. Is it running an install script? All right, can we just lock in a little bit of green? Like somehow just end my agony. Like just fucking put a fork in me. I'm done, folks. Now I've lost my mouse. I don't think anything's gone right. Has a single thing gone right for me today? Is this what happens? Like I used all my luck up yesterday. I had an amazing day yesterday. I think I literally might have actually I can't do anything right now. My fucking mouse. Okay, there we go. I used all my luck up. All right, we are on Cosmic Chaos. Cosmic Chaos is the map. And let's get our competitors. We have a Pizza from YouTube's. We have Franz from Rumble. We have Zero, Arrow, and Poop, all from locals. All right, finish. All right, we did that. We did that. We did this. Hang on, let's get some tunes bumping. Let's get some tunes bumping. Scalping this shit. We could do Daft Punk is back. Kidatronic. All right, remember all the songs are on Tendies and Tunes at Tendies and Tunes. It's also in the description of the video if you need the link. But all the music that Chaos makes, obviously, round of applause to him. But all those songs, when you guys are asking about it, like, yo, where is it? Where is it? Yo, we give it away for free. It is 100% free. You guys can track it down. It's in the description of the video. All right, where are we at? Bots, we have the music. Let's get this all loaded up. Come on. Come on. Who is gonna be the, and we're in space. I hope everyone brought their astronaut outfit. Folks, we have 5 of the fastest spacemen known to the entire galaxy. Pizza, top right, representing the YouTube land. Arrow, top right, representing the locals land. Poop, representing the locals land. Franz, representing the Rumble land. And Zero, representing the locals land. This is a winner-take-all, prisons rule, outer space, marble race. You guys have seen it before. You're going to see it again. We haven't seen this map. It looks like we're, I don't know, shooting a giant laser at the Death Star or something. But let's get this rocking in 3, 2, 1. And we are off. All right. We're cams on Zero. Franz and Pizza. Everyone's making their move. Who's going to get the first drop? What a perfect song for this map. Pizza, first one to get the drop, quickly followed by Franz and Zero and Poop and Arrow. They're all in it. Everyone getting a good start. Are we picking the left or the right path? We are breaking right. Pizza, dead. Ooh, hope he brought his spacesuit. Franz and Zero catching a zero gravity twisty turny, and they are ripping it. Franz, followed by Zero. Franz, ripping it. Acts as if he was born. Uh-oh, did someone else just die? I saw Zero, dead. Franz, shooting ahead, catching the speed up. Can he make it? Can he survive? Poop is in second, Arrow's in third. It's at this point still anyone's race. They're pretty close. We do have 2 deaths. Poop taking the lead. Arrow in a close second. Franz getting, actually everyone's kind of getting a little stuck here in this galaxy minefield. Arrow taking the lead. Will he be able to hold it? This has been really tricky in the zero gravity minefield. Slowly but surely, all 3 competitors are racing. They are heads down. They're making progress. They refuse to quit. All right, Arrow breaking through, but can he get through this? Yeah. Ah, he made it. All right, followed by Poop. All right, Arrow, slow and steady, maybe wins the race. We're going to find out. Poop somehow killed himself. It's, at this point, just down to 2. Franz is coming out of the zero gravity chamber like a man possessed. But at this point, who's going to survive? Arrow, every single second that passes, 1 step closer to victory. Oh, he made it. He made it. Franz, fighting to the bitter end. You got to appreciate it. You got to appreciate not only just the pure competitive nature, you got that view of Earth, but also the fact of just pure survival. Arrow, buddy, you are the fastest man in space. Congrats to Arrow. Congrats to Franz and Poop, Zero, and Pizza. You're dead. So there's also that to consider. That's a little bit sad, I suppose. It's a little bit sad, but wow. But join me. A round of applause for our competitors. Arrow the victor, Franz the salutatorian, and then we have a couple caskets to fill. A couple caskets to fill. So, fuck, dude. I am, like I said, SPY just cannot catch a bid here. It cannot catch a bid here, folks. It's getting hit again. Fucking again. This is so brutal. So brutal. I don't know. This is the perfect opportunity for me to get even more tilted and just completely blow out. This is just not going my way. Just a succession of unlucky breaks, and then when NQ moves in size, just percentage-wise, what it can do to your account is just, it's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting here. Wow. Wow. The 11 a.m. dump. The Qs are trying to keep us. See how like it's really not going lower as the SPY keeps trying to drag it lower. Something's going on in the S&P 500 that like the Mag 7 seemingly chilled out while the SPY is just like continually getting dumped on. Continually getting dumped on right now. That's a brutal one. That's a brutal one, folks. Oh, what's the rest of the day going to behold? Well, I guess this ended up being a really, if you just arbitrarily said, no, this is the top and I'm shorting on OPEX, like this ended up being a really, really good day for you. But as of now, ever since 10, it's just been brutally down. Like just not even an ounce of fight or passion from the bull camp. 10 a.m. that announcement came out. We got that pop. Horrific wick. And the really sad thing is if I didn't get wicked out, the bot would have had the short. It would have gotten 56 points. I would have been up. So that would have been $1,000. So it was down 1.7. So 700, but another 2. So I would have been down. I would have either been slightly down or slightly up. It would have had an opportunity, but now this is just turning very, very quickly into horseshit. Look at this. Like we're just 5-minute breaking down, 10-minute breaking down. Even the 30-minute is now below where it needs to be. That's getting goosed over there. Yeah, this is not my day. Just too many unlucky beats in a row. When they stack up, you just get fucking demolished. You just get fucking demolished. Even that, look at just, it tried to catch itself, rejected, like just refusing to go green. Got that puke again. Golly, dude. Golly. And also knowing my luck, by the end of the day, what will be massively green? What are the big guys doing? What are the big guys doing on this? Nothing. The big guys actually aren't touching shit today. Not net buyers, not net sellers. Big guys are actually pretty stable with the whole thing. But the Mag 7, brutal, brother. Brutal. I'm fucking in disbelief. Hey, Tesla's getting a little bit of a pop. CRCL full tripped it. Coin is actually holding on a little bit better. Tesla's honestly at this intraday the only exciting thing I see at this exact moment. Who knows, by the end of the day it could be completely different, but it is, Tesla seemingly is like the exciting thing. The exciting thing. God damn, dude. Why is this shit always so fucking brutal? Are we going to double bottom here on the Qs? Or is this just the start of another fucking bleed off? whatever. Obviously, shout out to Vanquish. If you want to do sim to funded trading, hopefully you've got those 0DT puts. Check it out. Vanquish, use that code Goonie to get 50% off. Well, this is a clusterfuck of an OPEX day, so I'm going to go to the Discord and try to discern with them what in the hell is going on. But boy, oh boy, was this just wild. Absolutely wild day. Like I mean, I understand the short thesis at market open to the gap fill, because that's just like a high odds play, playing it to the previous day's extreme if you open outside of those extremes. So I get that. I even kind of get it playing it towards the previous close, because once again, that's another like decent odds play, like more likely than not that you hit the previous closing value at some point in the next trading session. So I even get that. But the fact that bulls have not stepped up at all yet, I wonder if we're peaking. I wonder if July 18th, today's OPEX, we hit the new all-time high. I wonder if this is actually like, hey, this is now going to be like the high water mark, and just too much positive gamma has left the system, and we're about to take, I don't know, a reversal to what's it, SPX, maybe 6,200, then very quickly 6,100 after that. All I can tell you is going into today, we were for weeks now being supported by an extreme amount of positive gamma. And on this roll, like today is not just a normal trading day, and it's also not just a normal Friday. It's an OPEX Friday. We're seeing like all that robotic selling, like that perfect selling. We're seeing call selling and puts being bought, and it's just clearly having an impact on the option structure. And I'm very, very curious of how this dust is going to settle. But as of 11 a.m., I think it's pretty fair to say that there's been no aggressive buying. The bulls have not been staying up at all on this. So this could actually be a whole new chapter. And we see that a lot with OPEX days. OPEX days, it's not guaranteed, but it is very common for them to represent some sort of key reversal. And I wonder if that's exactly what we're seeing right now. Obviously, I'll be able to have a more insightful input for all of you in the Sunday update video, because at that point, we're going to see how the options market actually has been restructured after the entire trading day is done. So make sure you're on the lookout for that Sunday video, because right now this is just kind of my conjecture of what's going on. But remember, we're an hour and a half into the day. There's a lot going on. It's only 11 a.m. So what I'm saying right now is kind of a guess, but for all I know, this could be a double bottom, like W fucking Nike swoosh recovery, and we push back up, and maybe all of a sudden people choose to buy a bunch of calls and sell puts beneath. Like, there's a lot of time left in the day. So please take what I'm saying right now, understanding that this is just the information we have as of 11, and there's 5 hours left in the trading day. So we could continue to tank. We could easily reverse. We could go sideways. All of those are theoretically possible. And my point in reminding you guys of that is whatever you choose to do, there's some odds chance of it can play out. So just make sure you're doing it with appropriate size and appropriate risk, because that's how you survive this game. That's exactly how you survive this game. So shout out to Vanquish. Make sure you guys are checking them out. Pinned to the top of chat in the description of the video. You can get into both the Goonie Discord, and you can find all the information for Vanquish as well. That's what I have for you for right now. We will be update video on Sunday, and then streaming once again on Monday. I hope you guys crush it. Please be careful. OPEX days, they could be very, very nice if you're on the right side of the trend. They could be very, very bad if you're on the wrong side of the trend. So best of luck. Please respect your risk, and I will catch you guys later. Peace.